everyone, here's Luisa from Timeless Studio. Welcome to part 2 of my how to sew panties tutorial. In the first part I showed you how to work with stretch fabric and how to cut and sew panties. And in this part I'll show you how to apply 3 different forms of elastic to your lingerie. The scalloped edge elastic, the fold over elastic and the hidden elastic. Elastics are sewn to the edges of lingerie garments like panties, bras and bodysuits to give a clean finish to the edge. Also to make sure that the edges don't stretch with time, so the garment always fits close to the body. Let's start with the scalloped edge elastic. As in part 1, the diagram in the upper left corner shows which stitch I'm currently using. Put the elastic on the outer side of the panty. The scallops face away from the edge. Secure the elastic with a few stitches. Then, take the elastic in your right hand and stretch it very slightly. Don't overdo it. You don't want to gather the fabric, it should just fit snugly around the body. Use your left hand to guide the fabric, but let the feet do the work of transporting the fabric. It is also very important that you don't stretch the fabric, but only the elastic. Now, fold the elastic over to the inside of your panties. The scallops should now be visible from the outside along the edge. Sew the elastics in place with a 3.6 stitch. Since the seam will be visible on the outside, we also look on the outside while sewing. Slightly stretch the elastic with your right hand so you don't sew in any wrinkles. Don't stretch the elastic more than is necessary for that. For some of you, sewing without pins might be a new concept, but you shouldn't be afraid of it. Once you get used to it, sewing the elastic this way is a lot easier and faster than trying to pin it in place before sewing. And that's it! Now you know how to apply the scalloped edge elastic. In a close-up you can see that the edge has a clean finish from the outside and the inside. The small wrinkles you see in this picture will be smooth once the panty is on the body. To finish this panty, I applied the scalloped edge elastic also to the 2 leg openings. And here you can see the final result, the front side and the back side. The next form of applying elastic that I want to show you is the fold over elastic. I love working with this kind of elastic because it's such a beautiful and clean way to finish an edge. With the first seam, the elastic is sewn to the inside of your panty. Pin the beginning of the elastic in place so that the edge of your fabric lies in the fold of the elastic. While sewing, you'll look on the outside of your panty, so the elastic lies underneath your fabric. Secure the elastic with a few stitches. Then take the elastic in your right hand and stretch it slightly while sewing. Use your left hand to guide the fabric. The process is pretty much the same as with the scalloped edge elastic. As before, take care not to stretch the fabric. Now, fold the elastic over to the outside of the panty and sew it in place. I'm using the elastic straight stitch because my fold over elastic has a lovely flower pattern that I want to be visible after sewing. You could also use a 3.6 stitch. Like before, stretch the elastic slightly so that you don't sew in any wrinkles. Here you can see the finished fold over elastic in a close-up. I think it looks very elegant, especially with the unobtrusive straight seam on the outside. And last but not least, I want to show you how to apply the hidden elastic. This form of elastic is a great choice if you don't have a matching elastic for your panty, or if you simply don't want any visible elastics. You can basically choose any sort of elastic, since it will be hidden underneath the fabric anyway. Lay the elastic on the inside of your panty so that the edges of the fabric and the elastic match. Secure the elastic with a few stitches. Then take the elastic in your right hand and stretch it slightly while sewing. Use your left hand to guide the fabric. Now fold the elastic over to the inside of your panty so it is hidden underneath the fabric. When you sew the elastic in place, you'll look on the outside of your panty because this seam will also be visible on the outside. Here you can see a close-up of the hidden elastic. As you can see, the elastic is invisibly hidden underneath the fabric. We've now reached the end of this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it and are now ready to dive into your own underwear making adventure. This was the first time I was making this kind of tutorial, and I learned a lot about filming and video editing. I also hugely underestimated the time it takes to create such a tutorial. But it was really fun, and so I'll be doing more of this in the future. I'm really interested in what you think about it, so please comment below. Also, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more tutorials like this, you should subscribe to my channel or follow me on Facebook. I also have a website, timelace-studio.com, where I regularly write about my current projects, mostly corsets and lingerie, with a special focus on pattern making. So, if you're interested in these topics, you should really check it out. So, have a nice day. Bye!